So we've already tackled multiplying radicals when there's two terms. Now let's look at when there's an extra term and we must distribute in order to solve. So we have here a number on the outside of the parentheses, which is going to be the one distributing. And if you feel comfortable distributing, then by all means just go ahead and distribute to both of those, and then you can solve it from there. However, if you need some more organization, like myself, I've created this box here that's going to help us to organize our thoughts a little bit better than just straight up distributing. So let's talk about how this is going to look. And if you watch the other video on just multiplying radicals, it's really just that, but we're adding this step of distributing. So we're going to multiply 5 root 3x squared by 6 root 3. And if we remember, the outsides go with the outsides, and the insides go with the insides. So we want to think to ourselves, 5 times 6, well, that's 30. And then on the inside, we have 3 times 3x squared, which would leave me with 9x squared. And that's fine for right now. We'll worry about how to reduce that here in a second. And this second one, same thing. We have my outside number and my outside 5, as well as my inside x to the 5th and my inside 3x squared. So I know that negative 2 and 5 must be multiplied together to get negative 10. And then the numbers under the square root are going to multiply to give me, well, I've got a 3. And then recall, when we multiply variables, we add their exponents. So I'm going to take 2 and 5 and add them together to be 7. So I have 30 root 9x squared and negative 10 root 3x to the 7th. Okay. We feel comfortable with where we are at right now, but there's more work to be done. We can reduce what's under the radical. So do I know the square root of 9? I know that 9 is 3 times 3. And for those of you that like doing the pairs, that is a pair. What I also know is that x squared is x times x, which is also a pair. So now I have my 3 and my x will come out front, so 30 times 3 times x, and nothing is left under the radical, so I'm just going to forget about it. And on this right side, can I do anything with the 3? No. But I can do something with this 7. All right, how many groups of 2 can I make out of 7 x's? Well, we can make 3 groups of 2. So that leaves me with 3 groups. So I'm going to have x cubed, right? Negative 10 is still out front, times the square root of 3. And I had 1 left over. So I made 3 groups of x here. I made 3 groups of x, and I had 1 left over from that 7. And so I'm left with 1x underneath. So to put it all together, this guy is going to multiply to be 90x. These are separated by a subtraction sign. And this is just 10x cubed root 3x. And a lot of us have the tendency to want to combine these together using some form of witchcraft, some form of wizardry, but we need to recognize that they cannot be subtracted, because this has a radical of root 3x, and this has no radical, so there is no way that they will be able to go together. This is our final answer, and we can leave it as is.